everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Monday of Easter week. This morning, I would like to bring your attention to John chapter 12, verses 1 through 11. Long passages of scripture, but it's a powerful piece of scripture. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany, the home of Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. They gave a dinner for him. Martha served, and Lazarus was one of those at the table with him. Mary took a pound of costly perfume made of pure nard, anointed Jesus' feet, and wiped them with her hair. The house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But Judas Iscariot, one of his disciples, the one who was about to betray him, said, "Why was this perfume not sold for 300 denarii and the money given to the poor?" He said this not because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. He kept the common purse and used to steal what was put into it. Jesus said, "Leave her alone. She bought it so that she might keep it for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." When the great crowd of Jews learned that he was there, they came not only because of Jesus, but also to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests planned to put Lazarus to death as well, since it was on account of him that many of the Jews were deserting and were believing in Jesus. This is a powerful piece of scripture today because we see Mary giving what she had to honor Jesus to prepare him for his burial. She didn't really care what anyone else thought. She wanted to honor Jesus Christ, and so she took her perfume, anointed his feet, and then wiped it with her hair. Why is this significant? Women during this time, they don't let their hair down. But she did because she wanted to worship her God. She took this expensive perfume, poured it on his feet to anoint his body for his soon-to-be burial. I'm sure she didn't realize what she was doing at the time. All she wanted to do was worship God. She did what was best. Some people sacrifice what is best for what is good. You see, Judas in this situation saw the same act that we're talking about, and instead of being excited about a true act of worship to God, he started saying things like this: "Why don't we take that perfume and we give it to the poor?" Now, he didn't really care about the poor. He cared more about himself. But that brings a valuable point. So many people do what's good instead of what's right. Let us be the kind of people who will do the right things, the kind of things God asks us to do, instead of what is just good. Giving to the poor is good. Worshiping God in spirit and in truth and humility, like what Mary did, that is right. And lastly, I wanted to bring your attention to the very last line in this scripture verse, referring to Lazarus. Many of us know that Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead in a powerful scene. But because of that, many people began to pursue Jesus instead of what was customary, instead of the old way of doing things, instead of the chief priests. And that angered a lot of people. Sometimes when Jesus does miracles, it angers people because it takes the focus off the people and puts the focus on God. When we lead other people to Jesus, there will be some who do not like it. When we chase after God, there will be some who do not like it. But take heart, because Christ has overcome the world. This morning, worship God like Mary. Chase after him in humility, with grace, and give him everything that you have. Don't worry about what other people say about you while you're doing this. Keep your focus on God. And when God does a miracle, thank him for it. Worship him for it. Because we know that that miracle will lead other people to follow Jesus. Happy Easter week. Join us tomorrow for our devotional as well. We look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We'll see you soon.